So they add a new character to Overwatch, but I still don't care or like the game, and they're shallow characters. I'm looking at you, Diva. Now that I've given you my opinion to Overwatch, let's talk about the medic, the class everyone loves but nobody plays. Or at least that's what that one guy said that one time. He surprisingly has the least amount of weapon unlocks in the game. He only has 10 weapons without counting reskins or the stock weapons. That's not that many compared to other classes like the Soldier who have over double that amount. But he's still important for every game. Having a medic on your team could make or break a game, so he's still vital for every team. Hello everybody and welcome to Meet the Weapons, where I go over our weapons history, statistics, and gameplay. And the weapon I'll be going over today is the medic's medieval syringe gun, the Crusader's Crossbow. On December 17, 2010, the Australian Christmas update was released and two weapons for the medic were added, the Amputator and the Crusader's Crossbow. The initial stats for the crossbow was that it does not headshot and decreases primary ammo on wearer by 75%. However, this weapon's most unique quality is that it fires a single syringe that heals teammates or damage enemies based on distance the bolt was fired. So if there's a teammate that is in need of healing but it's too dangerous to go over there, just aim at them and fire the weapon and hope to God they stand still. Anyway, no big changes were added to the gun until June 27, 2012 on the Pyromania update, where the reload speed was reduced by 40%. Then on October 29, 2013 on Scream Fortress 2013, they made it so that it automatically reloads when the weapon is not active. Then, a little bit later on November 1st, they reduced the bolt's damage from 75 to 50 damage and lowered the reload time from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Then, 20 days later on November 21st, they updated it so the max distance the bolt does is 75 damage. Then finally on December 17, 2015, on the Tough Break update, Valve made it so that when healing a player with the Crusader's Crossbow, the medic gets a small amount of overcharge from it. That's all the history, so let's get into the statistics of the weapon. The Crusader's Crossbow is a projectile weapon that is actually very different from any other weapon. Usually with Team Fortress 2 weapons, they do more damage at close range and do less at long range, due to damage falloff. However, with this weapon, it actually has reverse falloff, which means it does more damage at long range and does less at close range, and heals more at long range and heals less at close range. Since it is a projectile weapon, it does have a projectile speed. The bolt travels at 2400 hammer units per second. And for reference, every other primary weapon for the medic only travels at 1000 hammer units per second, so it travels more than twice as fast. However, it can't be destroyed by the short circuit and deflected by the only 3 pyros that know how to air blast in this game. At point blank with base damage, each bolt does 38 damage. With a mini crit, the bolt does 51, and with a critical hit, the bolt does 113. At the farthest range, or the maximum range, the base damage of the bolt is 75. With a mini crit, it's 101 damage, and with a critical hit, it does 225 damage. And also, the amount of healing the bolt does also matters on range. At point blank, the bolt heals 75 damage, and at long range, it heals 150 damage. With every 16 points of healing, it adds 1% uber charge to the medic's overall uber. The arc of the bolt is significantly reduced from the regular arc of the syringes, but I'm not sure how much it changed, but it's definitely obvious. It only holds 1 bolt before needing a reload, and the maximum amount of ammo in reserve is 38. And finally, the reloading speed is identical to every other syringe gun at 1.6 seconds. So that's all the statistics of it, so let's get into the gameplay of it. Out of the 4 primary weapons for the medic, this one is my favorite. It does decent damage and also heals teammates, which can be useful when your patient is not in range of your medigun. I've never liked any of the other medic syringe guns. I don't play combat medic, so the Blutsauger is pointless to me. The Overdose I actually have used the most because of its speed boost, but its damage output is as deadly as the Canadian military. The crossbow is a really useful weapon and is definitely better at long range than any other primary weapon for him. However, when trying to heal teammates, it can be frustrating when they won't stay still, but with enough practice, you should be able to heal your teammates without any trouble. I can't think of anything else to say about the Crusader's Crossbow. It's just a very good weapon and nothing less. I've actually always really liked playing medic. Being able to heal teammates and keep them in the fight really does help the chances of winning, and I've always loved being the backbone of any team. Anyway, thank you again for watching a poor quality video of mine, and the next weapon I will go over is the Big Earner for the Spy. So, there's no death montage this time, but all I want to do today is point out the fact that I was using the Ubersaw in medieval mode, which is literally just a straight downgrade since you can't use Ubercharge at all in it. So, yep, I'm an idiot. That's all I wanted to say. So, See you next time, I guess? Alright, bye.